Hello everyone, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. I am Assistant Professor Deepika Valecha. This is SST Edupedia. Today in this video, we will be discussing about a topic which is cash flow statement. This is a topic from TY BCBI semester 5 of the financial reporting and analysis subject. Now, first of all, what we will be discussing today? We will be discussing about the introduction towards the topic, types of the activities in cash flow statement, examples of various activities, limitations of cash flow statement, method of preparing the cash flow statement and its format. So let's start with the introduction part. Now, what do you mean by cash flow? Cash flow refers to inflow and outflow of the cash, basically only and only cash. The recording of the transactions in a particular statement about the inflow and the outflow of the cash is something which you can say a cash flow statement. Here we will be in any business organization, either there may be cash receipts or there may be cash payments. Now cash receipts we can say as cash inflows and cash payments which we may use for the purpose of various purposes, like it may be for the purpose of office expenses or purchase of a new asset or investment in any security. So here some other amount from the company will go out, that will be considered as a cash outflow. So here the cash flow statement is particularly prepared for a period of a particular period. It will be say for example for a 1 year duration. So here for the purpose of ease, the cash flow statement is divided into 3 different types of activities which we carried out in our day-to-day operations. Inflows and outflows are classified or reported for operating activities, investing activities and financing activities. Now, as I have told you about the operating, investing and financing activities. Now let's see what is the actual meaning of these different activities. First of all, if we talk about operating activities, what do you mean by operating? Operating refers to day-to-day transactions of the business where cash receipts, that is cash revenue, exceeds the cash expenditure. So that will be considered into the operating activities. Secondly, we have investing activities. Investing refers to this particular category will include all the transactions or all the activities relating to the investments, that is purchase or sale of fixed assets and investments. Now, for example, if a company is purchasing machinery for 50,000 rupees. So here in this transaction 2 things are involved. One is purchase of a machinery and the second one is cash. Here company will receive a machinery in against the cash amount. So here for a company cash goes out, that is cash outflow. So here I can say in cash flow statement it will be cash outflow of under the investing activity, that is investing outflow. Now if we reverse the situation, for example if a company is selling a particular machinery for 1 lakh rupees to Mr. A. So here if sale of machinery is a fixed asset. So here we will be having 2 things, one cash inflow which we will be receiving on the sale of a particular machinery and another is machinery. Machinery is going out from the business and cash is coming in. So here it will be categorized under cash inflow from investing activity. So here you can see when we will be having investing inflow, we have certain examples such as sale of a property, plant, equipments, or sale of any shares, investments, or collection of the loan to the other entities. And what are the investing outflow? If we purchase any asset, if we purchase equipments, machinery, or you can say plant, that will be investing outflow. Now if we come to the third activity, which is financing activity. Finance is basically related to the shares, equities, bonds, stocks, etc., debentures and all. So if a company issue the shares or issue the debentures, then company is going to receive cash amount from the investors or proposed shareholders. So here cash will come into the business. So here it will be categorized as a financing inflow. So as you can say, issue of equity shares, issue of debentures, issue of stock, etc., that will be categorized as financing inflow activities. And the reverse situation of the same, which is payment of the dividend, payment of the bonus shares, for example, or redemption of the equity shares, buyback of the equity shares, redemptions of the preference shares, redemptions of the debentures, that will be categorized as financing outflow. Now coming to the next, these are the few examples of operating activities. As cash inflow, we have cash sales, we have commission received, we have royalty received or received amount received from the debtors. And if we consider the cash outflow under the operating activities, we have cash purchases, we have payment to the creditor, operating expenses, and etc. So if you can see, these are the examples which we are actually mentioning under the profit and loss account and trading account of the financial statement. Trading account and profit and loss account actually deals with the day-to-day operations. That's why these are categorized under the operating activities. Coming to the next, we have investing activities. Now, as I already informed, investing activities includes purchase and sale of fixed assets and investments. So here, if we sell the fixed assets or investments, or we receive some amount of interest or dividend out of the investments, that will be categorized as cash inflow under the investing activity. And if we purchase those fixed assets, investments, so that will be categorized under the cash outflow. Coming to the financing activity, issue of shares, debentures, stocks, long-term borrowings, that will be considered as cash inflow from financing activity. And payment of loan, redemption of preference shares, redemption of debentures, buyback of shares, all this will be considered as cash outflow under the financing activities. Now, what are the limitations of the cash flow statement? First of all, cash flow statement gives you the picture about the inflows and outflows of the cash transactions. It is not going to show the actual liquidity position of the company or a firm, and it is not a substitute of income statement. It is just a replica of cash transactions. So for the purpose of other items and other transactions, we have to prepare the income statement, and it doesn't show any financial position of the firm in totality. Now, there are two methods for preparation of the cash flow statement. One is direct method and another is the indirect method. In direct method, we have only the transactions which are considered into the inflow. We will make a total of all the transactions under the cash inflow, that is from where we received the cash, and from that total we will subtract the amount of the payments. So that is what we will be getting, the direct value for what was the total inflow minus outflow. That is a direct method. But in the indirect method, we have a proper format which we will be following, which include cash flow from operating activities, from investing and from financing, and out of that we will be getting the balance amount, or which you can say increase or decrease in cash, that we will be able to find out the actual amount. Now, for the purpose of preparation of the cash flow, we need three main sources of information. Then only it is possible to prepare the cash flow statement. We need a comparative balance sheet of 2 years. If we are preparing a cash flow for 2019-20, so we need the data of balance sheet of 2018-19 and 19-20. With this, we need current income statement, which includes the net profit of the company, and also if any other additional information in relation to the adjustment is there, we need all this information. Then only it will be easy to prepare the cash flow statement. Now, I would like to share the format of cash flow statement. First of all, we have cash flow from the operating activities, all the individual items. Then we will get the net cash receipts from the operating activities. Accordingly, we will make the total of inflow of investing activities. We will subtract the outflow of investing activities. From that, we will receive the cash flow from investing activities. As I already told you, like inflow of investing activity includes what? It includes sale of asset. So for example, sale of machinery for 1 lakh and purchase of a furniture for 20,000. So there is an inflow of 1 lakh and outflow of 20,000. So what will be the total amount? 1 lakh minus 20,000. The net amount of cash flow from investing activity will be 80,000. Accordingly, for cash flow from financing activity, we will add up all the inflows, we will subtract the outflows, then we'll get the net cash flow from the financing activities. After getting the three main headings of operating, investing and financing activities, we will make a total of it and will get the net increase or decrease in cash, and we will compare the same, or we will add the cash at the beginning of the year, then we will be receiving the cash at the end of the period. So this is something which I have shared the format of preparing the cash flow statement. In total, I will like to tell that the cash flow statement is very much useful for the purpose of getting the actual picture about the inflows and outflows of the cash in a particular period. So I hope this information is useful for you all. Thank you so much.